Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to my channel. And welcome to Punched Out Thursday with Kathy, Krista, myself, and Dorothy. Only this week Dorothy won't be here doing it. She will be doing it next week. And I'm going to scrap these pictures of my granddaughter. She was in a play back at the end of November. And it was called Your Good Man, Charlie Brown. And she was Overstock. And Overstock is one of those other little birds that I guess is related to Woodstock. And I am going to do a bird, and I've done birds before, in fact, on Punched Out Thursday, but this one is going to be kind of a combination between Tweety Bird and Overstock. And all those birds look the same. Well, I want her bird to look a little bit different because she looks different from the other kids that were in the play. So it's not going to be skinny like she is because, she's pretty petite. She's the smallest one on stage. And, of course, I'm using punches. So it's kind of hard to make a skinny bird when you're using the circle punches. If I had more oval, I could have gone for an oval bird. But you know how Tweety Bird's head's like really big? I thought, boy, if I had a balloon, I could do that. A balloon punch. Yeah, I thought that would really work because then I can make those chubby little cheeks down there at the bottom. Well, I've got a 1 1/4 inch punch that I'm using for the head. And it's just not made quite the same as a balloon. So my cheeks are going to look a little bit different than Tweety Bird's are. But that's the bird I was thinking of when I was doing that. I've got a piece of vellum there and it's white, so I used the squeezed lemonade on it to make it yellow so it'll match, because Woodstock and Overstock and all the little birds are completely yellow. And I'm going to try to do the beak in yellow, but that just didn't work for me, so I'm going to use some Rusty Hinge ink on it. And yeah, those are the cheeks. And remember, Tweety Bird has those chubby little cheeks. His is little though. And these are going to be bigger because, I was trying to make it match the rest of my bird. And I'm using the dragonfly punch now. I'm going to cut the tail off because I don't need it, but I'm going to cut the actual dragonfly in half, and I'm going to put them on the top of the head for the tufts of feathers that's on the top of the head. Woodstock has quite a few. I've only got 4 here, but Woodstock does have quite a few. And I'm going to make the eyes green. My granddaughter has blue eyes, so I was tempted to do blue. But I had a piece of green scrap laying there, so I went for the green instead. And there I got just a little bit too much glue. And it's come outside, so I'm kind of picking it up. And I'm going to put little tiny black pupils there. And I'm making the eyes look upward and over to the right, because where I'm going to put the bird at, where my plan is like he's going to be presenting Charlie and her on stage. And here's where I'm cutting the beak, and I'm using the middle size arrow there, and I'm just cutting the end off and then rounding it instead of using the whole arrow. And here I inked it in yellow in the squeezed lemonade, but I put it on there. I thought maybe that would be enough, but no, it's not. So I'm getting the Rusty Hinge out, and I'm going to go ahead and ink it with the Rusty Hinge. I'm not even actually going to put any ink on the sponge. There was plenty on there to start with, and I only wanted a little bit. I still wanted the yellow to show in the center, so I'm just trying to get the edges of it. And yeah, it shows up better, so I say, okay, I'm going to go for that. And I'm going to put the beak back on it. And I'm going to get my white gel pen and, of course, make some white highlights in the cheeks, the beak, and the eyes, so that bring a little more life to this little birdie here. And I'm using, that's a 2-inch scallop punch. And the body's going to be 2 inches. It's just going to be a plain circle punch. I figured out that whatever the body is, you do the same thing for the arms, wings, legs, whatever. And then it's more proportioned. And I've got one wing pointing upward towards the pictures, and then the other one's like going that way too, like he's presenting Charlie on stage. And in this case, Overstock. But yeah, I put a foam tape underneath that one wing so that it wouldn't be laying just flat, and because I wanted it stuck down, but I just did not want it stuck flat against the bird. And I cut a half of a scallop, and I'm going to cut 3 toes on each of these, and then that's going to be my feet. And I think, oh, I still have the flower to do on the little bird, and then I'll be done. And I'm going to use vellum for the flower, and I was tempted to use vellum for a skirt. I tried even on my sample one. My sample one was blue. I didn't even pull any yellow out. I had a piece of scrap blue, and so I just used it. But I put this Nouveau drop on there. Oh my goodness. It looks really good right now. But when I go to pick it back up, I don't know what's the matter with it. I don't know if there's like it needed shook up. I've never shook them up before, but the outside edge is like it was thinner and it spread out, so it kind of looks like a fried egg or something. It don't look quite right, but I'm going to leave it. I'm adding my photos now. I'm going to do yellow and then green because there is yellow and green on that starburst there. And see, it has a star in the middle. I kind of hated covering that star up. I thought, oh, well, I'll just make sure I put other stars on my layout. And I do put a bunch. And these are the thickers I'm going to use. I looked at the date, 2012. And that paper there is 2012 also. It's Jelly Bean Soup. And I thought, I've had these a while, both of these. And I'm finally using them. But I thought this would be kind of perfect, the star and then the starburst. And, you know, she was not the star of the show. She didn't actually have any speaking lines. She did a lot of dancing and running and moving around, kind of like a mime, but not the same motions as a mime. But yeah, there was like 5 of them. And oh my, I tried to take a picture of her when she ran past my seat. Twice she ran past. Twice all I got was a blur. I'm thinking about doing a layout of my blur going past because I didn't have it on the right setting at all. Well, I had my phone. I didn't take my camera. I don't know why I didn't take my camera. I was halfway to town when I thought of my camera. And I wasn't going back. I didn't want to be late. And I didn't want to get a parking place way far away from the door. So these are took with my cell phone. And yeah, the one she's on stage and she's got one knee down and one up and her hands reaching up. I don't remember what for, but that's Lucy up there talking. And yeah, she may not have been the star of the show, but she was our star of the show. She's the one we were watching, and there were 38 of us there to watch her. And we were all pretty proud of her, no line or not. And yeah, they are doing another play now. She was a little disappointed because she didn't get a part to do, but you know, they have to take turns because there's quite a few in the group. And she's on the backstage something or other. She was telling me the night that she was enjoying that too because she's getting to do a lot of things that she didn't know happened last time. And here I used my punch to punch out stars, and I'm going to scatter them around the page. And I did yellow and I did green, and the yellow of course matches my little bird there. And you will see me very gingerly put the foam tape on the back. And then when I had to put it on underneath the feet and cut it in half, I had to lay it down because the Nouveau drop still isn't dry yet. And I am trying to make sure I don't do anything with them. Normally I would have just laid him down and put that on, and it would have been twice as easy. But yeah, I'm putting him on here with the Nouveau drops not quite dry. And even though I put those labels on and put them on the pictures, you know, and everything, I didn't put extra paper on. I wanted the whole starburst to show since she is the star of the show. But I thought I need a little more texture, so I pulled these stars out, and I'm going to use 2 different kinds. There's going to be the solid ones and then the hollow ones, and add a little more texture to my layout and variety, and of course, more stars. And then I think, I need some bling. I didn't want glitter, even though she does have glitter on her face. And I do have a close-up of her face. She sent it to me. I guess it's when they were doing the makeup. And yeah, it has glitter on it, which I will do another one. But I still probably won't use glitter. But I did use these sequins. They're little tiny white sequins. And yeah, that's it. That's my layout and my Punched Out Thursday. Be sure to check the other gals out. Both Kathy and Krista have Punched Out Thursday layouts today. And go see what they did with their punches. And let me know if you pull yours out and you do something with your punches. I'd like to see it. But thank you all so very much for watching. If you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. If you liked the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And if you are subscribed, thank you very much. I hope you all have a happy, scrappy week. Bye.